You fast for 16 hours, you walk in the morning, you eat clean, you do everything right, and then in the evening, you have one drink, just one, and you tell yourself it does not matter. One drink, how bad can it be? Here is how bad. That one drink shuts down everything you built all day. Not partially, not slightly, completely. The fat-burning window you spent 16 hours creating, gone. The growth hormone surge you were counting on overnight, suppressed. The cortisol you spent all morning managing, spiked. One drink does not just add calories to your day, it rewrites your hormonal environment for the next 12 to 18 hours. And most people have no idea this is happening. But first, I need to tell you exactly what happens the moment alcohol enters your bloodstream, because it is not what most people think. Your body has one rule about alcohol. It is a toxin, and toxins get processed first. The moment alcohol enters your bloodstream, your liver immediately drops everything else it was doing and shifts its entire priority to processing the alcohol. Fat oxidation stops. Not slows, stops. Your liver cannot burn fat and process alcohol at the same time. It is biologically impossible, which means from the moment you take your first sip until your liver has fully processed the alcohol, which takes between 2 and 4 hours per drink depending on your size and metabolism, your body is not burning fat at all. The 16-hour fast you just completed created a low insulin, high fat oxidation state. One drink collapsed it in minutes. And the longer the drinking continues, the longer fat oxidation stays off. Here's what actually happens to your hormonal environment when you drink. And this is where it gets genuinely alarming. The first hormonal casualty is growth hormone. Alcohol directly suppresses growth hormone release, and it does this with brutal efficiency during the exact window when growth hormone matters most: deep sleep. The first 2 to 3 hours after you fall asleep is when growth hormone surges and overnight fat burning peaks. Alcohol consumed in the evening suppresses that surge significantly. Research published in 2025 confirmed that even moderate alcohol consumption, 1 to 2 drinks in the evening, reduced growth hormone output during sleep by up to 70% compared to alcohol-free nights. 70%, which means the overnight fat burning that your fasting and walking and clean eating set up for the hormonal process that burns visceral fat while you sleep is running at 30% capacity because of one evening drink. The drink did not just add calories, it dismantled the fat-burning machinery that runs while you are unconscious. And now the twist that changes how you think about alcohol and belly fat completely. The second hormonal casualty is cortisol. Alcohol elevates cortisol, not during drinking, but after. As your blood alcohol level drops in the second half of the night, your body produces a cortisol rebound that is measurably higher than your normal morning cortisol awakening response, which means you wake up the next morning with an elevated cortisol baseline before your day has even started. An elevated morning cortisol means visceral fat storage is activated from the moment you open your eyes, the fasted morning walk you planned. It is now happening in a higher cortisol environment, the fat-burning window you try to create. It is starting from a compromised hormonal baseline. One evening drink is not just a nighttime event, it is a morning event. It sets the metabolic conditions for the following day. Research published in 2025 in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology confirmed that moderate evening alcohol consumption elevated morning cortisol by an average of 22% compared to alcohol-free evenings, and that this elevation persisted for up to 6 hours after waking. You drank last night. Your cortisol is elevated this morning, and your body is spending those 6 hours preferentially storing fat rather than burning it. Now here is the additional piece that most people never connect. Alcohol destroys your sleep architecture. We covered sleep in depth in previous videos, but the alcohol connection is worth stating clearly. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the stage where emotional processing, memory consolidation, and mental restoration happen, and suppressed REM sleep means lower growth hormone, higher next-day cortisol, elevated ghrelin, your hunger hormone, and suppressed leptin, your satiety hormone, which means the day after drinking you are hormonally primed to eat more, feel hungrier, have less willpower, and store more fat. Not because of the calories in the drink, because of what the drink did to your sleep, and what your sleep did to every hormone that controls your metabolism the following day. And now, the final twist, the one that reframes everything. This is not an argument for never drinking. It is an argument for drinking with full information. One drink on a Friday night after a week of clean eating, good sleep, and consistent fasting is a different biological event. then one drink every evening. The occasional drink does not undo months of metabolic progress, but the pattern of daily moderate drinking creates a chronically suppressed fat-burning environment that no amount of fasting or walking or clean eating can fully overcome, because you cannot outfast a cortisol baseline that alcohol is elevating every night. You cannot outwalk a growth hormone output that is being suppressed every time you sleep. And you cannot outeat a visceral fat environment that cortisol is building every morning. The window you are trying to open, alcohol is quietly closing it. Every evening, one drink at a time. Drop a comment and tell me, did you know one drink could do this much? I want to know. And if this video finally explained why your results have stalled despite doing everything right, subscribe.